Defy, The Power of No in a World That Demands Yes by Jody Michael is a powerful, deeply introspective guide to reclaiming agency, building emotional resilience, and living a more intentional life. Rooted in decades of executive coaching and psychological insight, the book challenges the unconscious patterns that keep people saying yes to the wrong things, out of fear, guilt, habit, or insecurity, and empowers them to say no from a place of clarity, courage, and conviction. It's not about becoming difficult or oppositional, it's about learning to stand in your truth, break free from default reactions, and lead your life with purpose. Michael begins by identifying the hidden cost of saying yes too often. Whether it's at work, in relationships, or with ourselves, acquiescing to external demands without conscious reflection leads to exhaustion, resentment, and a diluted sense of self. She reveals how many people live on autopilot, reacting to life rather than intentionally shaping it. This dynamic, she argues, stems from outdated mental programming, internal scripts written by family, culture, trauma, or institutional norms that we've never stopped to question. The foundation of the book is the concept of personal agency, which Michael defines as the ability to act in alignment with your authentic self, regardless of circumstances. Personal agency isn't about control over the external world, it's about mastering your internal state so you can navigate challenges with integrity and clarity. This shift requires a radical reorientation, from being externally driven to becoming internally anchored. That transition begins with saying no to the roles, rules, and expectations that no longer serve you. Michael takes readers through a guided exploration of their inner landscape, including the beliefs, narratives, and emotional reflexes that influence their decisions. She introduces the idea of emotional mastery, which is not about suppressing feelings but about naming them accurately, understanding their roots, and choosing how to respond. Emotional literacy, she explains, is a cornerstone of self-leadership, and it's a skill that can be cultivated over time with practice and self-compassion. Through real coaching stories and exercises, Michael shows how the word no can become a tool for transformation. She reframes no from being a rejection or an obstacle to being a boundary, a conscious declaration of what matters. Each no opens the door to a more intentional yes. Whether it's turning down a job that doesn't align with your values, ending a toxic friendship, or challenging your inner critic, saying no is a practice of defining your space in the world. An important distinction in the book is between reactive and responsive living. Michael explains that most people operate reactively, driven by fear, stress, or the need to please. Responsive living, by contrast, emerges from presence, choice, and conscious thought. This isn't a quick fix, it requires self-observation, reflection, and a willingness to confront discomfort. Michael equips readers with tools to pause, self-assess, and shift into a higher state of awareness before making decisions. The book also dives into the psychology of self-perception and mindset. Michael outlines the difference between a victim mindset and an agency mindset. The victim mindset externalizes blame, waits for rescue, and reinforces helplessness. The agency mindset, in contrast, is grounded in self-responsibility and choice, even when conditions are unfair or difficult. This shift doesn't deny pain or injustice, rather, it enables individuals to reclaim their power and act with dignity. A central part of Michael's method involves journaling and mental scripting, rewriting the internal narratives that govern our behavior. She encourages readers to track their thoughts, question their automatic responses, and create new mental playbooks that align with their goals. This cognitive restructuring helps build the neural habits of clear, intentional living. It's not about being perfect but about becoming progressively more self-directed and aligned. Michael confronts the fear of conflict that so often keeps people from saying no. She offers strategies for assertive communication, boundary setting, and graceful disengagement. These are not theoretical tools, they are drawn from thousands of hours of high-stakes coaching in boardrooms and therapy sessions. Whether you're confronting a demanding boss or dealing with a manipulative friend, the goal is to honor your own needs without aggression or apology. She also addresses the myth of balance, arguing that striving for perfect equilibrium often leads to more stress. Instead, Michael advocates for alignment, which means living in sync with your values and energy. This approach makes it easier to say no without guilt, because your decisions are grounded in a deeper understanding of what truly matters to you, not just what looks good or keeps others happy. One of the book's most liberating insights is that saying no is a skill that improves with practice. Early attempts may feel awkward, even terrifying, but with time, the discomfort fades and the clarity grows. Michael normalizes the messiness of change and offers reassurance that building agency is a lifelong process. What matters is consistency and the willingness to face the truth about where you're giving away your power. She also offers guidance on how to handle the backlash that sometimes comes with defiance, when others resist or punish your boundaries. Here, she emphasizes emotional resilience and the importance of community. Building an inner support system, practicing self-compassion, and finding allies who respect your growth are crucial. As you strengthen your no, you'll attract relationships that honor your truth rather than exploit your compliance. Michael's tone throughout the book is compassionate yet firm. She doesn't coddle readers but meets them with empathy and challenge. Her own story, of breaking through career burnout and personal stagnation, adds authenticity to her message. She knows what it feels like to be stuck, to be scared, and to feel like saying no might cost everything. But she also shows what's possible on the other side: freedom, clarity, and alignment. The latter chapters explore what it means to lead, not just others, but yourself. Leadership, in Michael's view, begins with internal coherence, the ability to make choices that reflect who you are at your core. This doesn't require a title or a platform. It requires courage, self-awareness, and commitment to truth. When you say no to what's false, you make space for what's real, and in that space, you become your most powerful self.